Thanks for everybody for joining and taking the time out of your day. Yeah, my name is Brett. I work for Google Cloud. I actually started out my career in the finance industry. I first worked at UBS and then financial software company Murex for jumping to startups, and then I've been at Google for the last 5 years. Spent most of my time servicing ad tech clients, but still interested in the financial space. So took some of the material and talking points of the new AI stuff that we've been working on the last few years, and especially the last few months, distilled it down to a shorter presentation here. So happy to circle up with you, or you can reach out to your Google account team if you want to dive into any details that we're going to brush through here afterwards. So first, just some things about the financial services space in Google Cloud before we jump into AI. So the major trends in finance of the last few years, competitive pressures, capital requirements have changed. Regulatory requirements have increased operational costs. The competitive dynamics in the last few years, along with consumer expectations have increased greatly over the last few years, have all pushed the technology within the finance space to new expectations. So some of the areas that Google Cloud is strong in addressing for in the financial services space is first from the left side here, unified data platform. So quote here from Equifax using Google Cloud to deliver billions of observations at a very fast service level ability. The second is leader speed, scalability, and security. A lot of that is founded on BigQuery. It is one of our most core products, and some information here about HSBC, leveraging it for faster than their previous offering outside of Google Cloud and BigQuery. Next, built-in industry-leading AI. So we're going to get into the AI, but Google's been very strong in AI before generative AI, and still has a lot of offerings that are still super valuable within the Google Cloud ecosystem. And then finally, open standards. So we recognize that our clients largely are multi-cloud in various cases, and we recognize that, and we pride ourselves in making sure that for client's sake and for industry's sake that we're as open and compliant to standards as possible to work with clients, not just within Google Cloud's ecosystem, but their full their full purview. And here's just the highlight of some of the major financial services clients that are key customers and users of Google Cloud. So let's get into it. So yeah, the AI stuff, obviously you might have seen some things, and I'm going to highlight a few things here that we've been working with clients with this year. But if we can take a step back and think about Google's position in artificial intelligence and machine learning specifically, actually it goes back well before the generative AI boom, where Jeff Dean, who's our chief scientist, had a blog post earlier this year about a very early use case of machine learning back over 20 years ago, where it was doing spell checking for Google search terms. We were leveraging a machine learning model for that all the way back then. The more recent history, most people would stem back to the 2017 paper, Attention is All You Need, published by Google Research in 2017 with the transformer model, which is the foundation for, largely the foundation for most LLMs. But since then, BERT, an open source offering, is still very popular in the space. And we've continued to develop and publish research papers, white papers, have integrations within our own products. And so what's really changed this year is we've taken that technology that we've been using for all those use cases and started to integrate it and make it directly available to users. Shown here is BARD is our consumer experience, but the focus of the presentation here is on Google Cloud and our integrations within there for generative AI. So here's kind of a nice overview of the different services that are part of the Google Cloud AI portfolio. So let's start at the bottom here, actually, on the infrastructure layer. So Google Cloud offers GPUs largely provided by NVIDIA, but we also have our own TPUs. So these are proprietary to Google and are used for certain use cases, such as tuning of a large language model. And so having the ability to scale out our own hardware is an important thing that we've invested in prior and continue to invest in. If we take one step up above there, we can see the list of foundation models. We have foundation models that are available and coming in different modalities. You might have seen PaLM and PaLM 2 as our latest available large language model, and it has been announced but not available just yet of Gemini. It's coming online as well. So those cover text and chat. We have a code LLM as well. It's been tuned specifically for generating code and other code-related use cases, branded as Cody. So that's available as well. We also have coming online, not available just yet, is video generation. So prompting to generate videos. The next one is images. So we do have that available as well. That's been recently generally available. So prompt to generate images, but also edit images, upscale, caption. So there's a lot of cool functionality, even tuning the models for various use cases. So a lot of interesting functionality for that use case. And then finally, audio and music. We have Chirp, text to speech, speech to text, but then the music generation is something that we have as an Android app, a research offering, but it's going to be available as well within Google Cloud. So that's the foundation models that Google has published, and they're going to continue to invest in. If we take one step above that to Vertex AI platform, so we have 3 highlighted services here. One is the Model Garden. It's a curated list of our large language models, specifically tuned models, as well as open sourced and partner models. So you'll find things here like a Stable Diffusion, like a BERT, for example. Next is Generative AI Studio. So it has a set of APIs, but also a Google Cloud Console interface. You can do prompting, chatting, image generation, and more wait within the console. And then I just already mentioned it, but yeah, the Generative AI APIs themselves to directly interact with the large language models and large models in general. We take one step above that. We have a service called Generative AI App Builder, which leverages those foundation models and other technologies. And this is sort of where you get into a push button offering. And actually I have a quick video and some more information about that, so I'll skip that for now. And then finally, from an end user perspective, both in Google Cloud Workspace and Google Cloud itself, we have some different offerings and different verticals and areas of focus. Document AI in particular is one thing that we're going to spend some time on. So next, I wanted to show this demo of Gen App Builder, which has a nice use case for specifically the financial services space. So I'm going to play this video. We'll see how this goes. I know sometimes it's tricky to get it right. Oh, sorry. Okay, so yeah, I think that kind of is a good way to show some of the various services, including Gen App Builder, but also even some integrations with Google Workspace and how to leverage some of our latest technology. So speaking of Gen App Builder, we have a specific offering within Gen App Builder called Enterprise Search, some of that functionality that you saw in the previous presentation. But the basic idea is that you can ingest websites, different modalities of documents, whether it's PDFs, HTMLs, and more coming, along with private internet search. And it's a more or less a push button offering. There's more functionality and customization coming, but more or less a push button offering to be able to search within those modalities, have a response back request in a natural language fashion and response back in a natural language fashion, along with the citations, so they can confirm the factuality of the results that are being generated. Some more offerings moving on. Document AI. So this is a way that you can extract information from structured or unstructured documents. So the example here is we have different documents on the left side. We have specialized models or out-of-the-box models that can be used to extract that data and transform it into structured data on the right side here. And there's an example here from a mortgage industry customer, Mr. Cooper, leveraging this and improving their efficiency greatly for processing those documents and analyzing those documents. Next, a quick aside on customer data platforms. So this is certainly applicable to financial industry as well. So on the left side here, there are different data sources, whether it's CRM, advertising systems, what have you. And then in the center section here, leveraging AI, specifically mentioned here, pre-trained models, custom models, and now we're starting to use large language models, tune large language models, collections of different types of all different data sources and ways to interact between those services to activate it on various use cases. In the example here, there's a quote from Chief Analytics Officer Grace Lee from Scotiabank about leveraging Google Cloud for this to greatly reduce the time spent predicting customer offers, as an example. One other service that could be interesting for the financial services industry is this is in a private preview context, but is so it's brand new. Reinforcement learning from human feedback. So the idea is that this is a different way to tune a large language model based off of user feedback. If you think about it as a basic way of upvote and downvote to adjust models accuracy or behavior. Of course, there's more to it than that, but yeah. So certain industries such as healthcare, and then highlighted here, finance and e-commerce. This is a way that we can take a base model and tune it, not just from maybe historical data or other use cases of tuning models, but on actual user activity and against those models. So feel free to reach out to me directly, or if you have a Google Cloud team as well, to get started here. So identifying the large language model use cases, co-innovating with Google, working with myself or different partners that we have to help you, choose the best services, architect them, and potentially co-develop and build. A lot of these services are brand new and in various states of some of them in preview. A lot of them are in generally available as well with SLAs, and so we have clients that are building production workloads, leveraging Google Cloud's generative AI services and historical AI services today. So yeah, that's all I had to show for now. Feel free again to reach out, and appreciate your time.